The time has come.
Salutations all, I'm Jockey and welcome to Mega Man 3. Now I may not like this game as much as Mega Man 2, but damn do I love this title screen music. It doesn't have the cool intro that game had, but it does have a really good theme, a decent logo, and, as you can see, no difficulty select this time, which, it's okay I guess. Joining me for this Let's Play, I have Jaina here. There's Mega Man 3. Jaina, what do you think of Mega Man 3? Do you care? How you doing, Jaina? What's up? Jaina? Jaina? Actually, I should probably close this window if I'm recording, because then it's gonna be like neighbors hearing it and stuff. Hold on. Sorry, kitten. Blop.
I'm as helpless as a kitten.
Anyway, let's get this game started. Now, this game gives us 8 Robot Masters yet again. I don't know what's happening with the title screen glitching out here on Shadow Man. It's for some reason just been doing that every time I've tried playing this ROM, but anyway. Some people like to start out with Snake Man, or Hard Man isn't too bad of a choice at the start. I'm going to be going with Top Man. Not because he gives the best weapon, in fact he gives the worst weapon. By far of the first 3 Mega Man games, the worst weapon, but he is the easiest in terms of his stage and his boss, I think. So basically, the main gimmick of this stage is that these bolt enemies are coming together as we jump towards them, and all we really need to do is be patient. Don't jump into nothingness, because then you're going to hit them while they're spawning. And possibly be knocked into a pit depending on the level design you're in right now. Although this is not the only stage that those bolt guys are going to be appearing in. I believe they're also in Sparkman's stage. So this game really is the pioneer of universal enemies in Mega Man. One other big change in this game, okay, there's 2 big changes. First one, we have a dog companion, Rush. He essentially replaces the items 1 through 3 in the previous game. He uses ammo of his own, he has abilities that are meant for traversing levels, but he's an actual character, so that's cool. The other big thing, as you saw when I got that ammo there, is now Mega Man has the ability to slide, which you do by hitting down and jump. And I'm not a big fan, or I wasn't a big fan of the control for this at first, when I first played this game, just because I would oftentimes accidentally jump when I just meant to slide, I just wasn't holding down good enough. But, you get used to it, but most importantly, there are some later renditions of Mega Man games where you can just assign slide to its own button, like the right bumper or something. So in terms of there not being a difficulty select, I know the difficulty select was just added for the American version of Mega Man 2, but I really did like that it was a feature that was there, in case, you know, you were just getting into the series, especially since this is the height of Mega Man's popularity. I think this is like one of the best-selling Mega Man games on the NES. It also was infamously hard for the developers to make. Mega Man 2, as I said, was a side project, but this game really took up their time since Mega Man 2 was such a success. They wanted to do everything they could to make sure this was a worthy follow-up. And well, I guess it kinda is. Not to disrespect this game at all, but it's not my favorite. It can absolutely be your favorite because it is a good game, no doubt. Anyway, I don't know why Top Man's stage is all about weed. Like, I don't know what all this marijuana is doing out here. On to the boss fight. Now, Top Man normally is weak to Hard Man's weapon, I believe, right? Hard Man's weapon, but we can fight him easily with the standard Mega Buster. He's going to shoot 3 tops at us, which we can easily avoid by sliding, and then he's going to spin to the other side of the screen. Now, we can't hurt him while he's spinning, so we got to be a bit patient for this fight. But that's all Top Man does. He's not really difficult. Maybe on your first time fighting him, if you aren't really used to his pattern, but once you get his pattern down, and you know he's not going to stay in the middle so you can just hang out there, once you know you can avoid those tops by sliding, that is a key part. But yes, we got the top spin, which is one of the worst Mega Man power-ups ever. But it is the weakness of one of the Robot Masters, so we might as well use it. It is the weakness of Shadow Man here. Now, Shadow Man is technically the fire stage of this game, as you can see by the lava. At least he isn't a stereotypical, like, oh, fire, lava man kind of character like Heat Man was. Now then, we're about to have another unique thing for Mega Man 3. While Dr. Wily is sending these Robot Masters after us, he also has this character here named Breakman attacking us from level to level. He'll be showing up at random points during the game, and basically, all he does is jump, shoot. He's very similar to us, actually, but he's just a mini-boss that appears in certain stages. I'm having a bit of a difficulty playing this game with the cat circling around the computer this whole time right now. Since Mega Man 2 was such a success, a lot of stuff is used from Mega Man 2. It uses the same health and ammo indicators that game did, unlike the original Mega Man game, which just was never used for that kind of stuff again. That item that restores our health and ammo was forgotten. A lot of stuff from the original Mega Man game was. The Magnet Beam, for example. It's interesting how Mega Man's utility has evolved to this point. Like, we had the Magnet Beam as our kind of optional item up until we got to the Wily stages, and then we had the items in Mega Man 2, which were their own unique thing, and now we have Rush, the dog, which I kind of like Rush. He's cool. He's like his own little dog companion. Sorry, Jaina, she just left because I complimented a dog. This section right here, all we want to do is jump ahead before we go there, because as you can see, these parachuting enemies will definitely be where we are on the platform if we were to jump ahead. So we want to just jump towards the area, go back, and then take care of these guys, like so. Now, I've come to learn from this whole series that I am a lot better at Mega Man than I make myself out to be. It's really just my original playthroughs, partially because I started with 2 and then this game. I don't know how I had too much difficulty with Mega Man 2. I guess I just didn't know the weaknesses of each boss. But, yeah, I played Mega Man 2 up until Wily Stage 4, the purple one, which was impossibly hard. I couldn't beat it. But, I also had this game at the same time, so I couldn't beat that game, so then I moved on to this game. And I could not beat a single Robot Master. I tried so many of them. And Shadow Man in particular was really difficult. I wanted to beat him because he had a weapon similar to the Metal Blade, and I liked the Metal Blade. Shadow Man without the top spin is really challenging because he slides under you, as you can see, and you think to jump over him, but unless you have a lot of distance in your jump, he's immediately going to jump out of his slide and probably into you. But all we gotta do is use the top spin, which is an attack we can only use in the air, uses a very sporadic amount of ammo, and gets us hurt anyway. It's a crappy weapon, but it's what gets Shadow Man dead. And in defeating Shadow Man, we now got the Shadow Blade, which, like I said, this is kind of similar to the Metal Blade. This is another point in the series where they would start reinventing some of the previous weapons, although I don't think this is nearly as good. We also get the Rush Marine, similar to the items we get some at random stages. Okay, I said random stages, but they're set. It's just, we get them at an assortment of stages.